Like you do now, folk of London used to travel across this river, the Thames, by boat, in search of entertainment, in search of disgust, pleasure, in search of me, sex work, theatre, and dirt. We are going to visit what was its own liberty, the borough of Southwark, the liberty of the Clink, the Bishop of Winchester's land. Here lays my heart, in the bottom of the Thames. They don't do this to naughty boys and men. Take a look closer. Careful what you see. Careful. They took my burial rights away from me.
Hi, I'm Bea and I am a part of the Totally Thames Festival this year. My project is Here Lay Your Hearts, which is a piece inspired by Crossbones Graveyard just behind me. And today I'd love to show you around and show you why it's so inspiring. Hello. So this is Crossbones Graveyard, and here, amongst 15,000 buried bodies, estimated, there are some bodies of the Winchester Geese. And the Winchester Geese were sex workers who worked in the medieval and post-medieval period when the Bishop of Winchester owned the land of Southwark. Southwark was separate from London. It was its own liberty, had its own rules. And with this freedom, the bishop decided he would license sex workers to work in this space. However, though he licensed them, he took money from them. When they died, they were not allowed a Christian burial, and they were put, some of them, into this space, and they are remembered here now.
Hello, my name is Mick and I work at Crossbones Graveyard in Southwark, where I work as a warden on a Wednesday and a Friday. It's 2 days a week. We have volunteers that come in for 2 hours, each of Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And I'm mainly here for the history of Crossbones, going back a long way, a long, long way, possibly even carrying relatives of mine, who knows.
The connection of Here Lay Your Hearts and Crossbones to the Thames is not only is it only a 10-minute walk that way, it's also that because when London and Southwark were separate, and Southwark was its own liberty, people from London used to travel across the river in ships and boats, and they'd visit Southwark, and they'd come there for the sex work, the theatre, the bear baiting, and it was this really exciting, different space with its own laws, and people would come across the river to see it.
So our volunteers come in here, they are very varied. They are from overseas, they are locals, they are people who need peace and quiet. They're welcome to sit here. Some people come here regularly on their lunch break to sit down and get some peace. Other people like to come here and reflect in the garden and also reflect on these lovely ribbons we have behind us, which anyone can add to if they want to mark the passing of a loved one or friend or anybody. And there's a vigil outside these gates on the 23rd of every month.
Here Lay Your Hearts is an audio journey, and we'll be taking a trip from Monument all the way through Southwark and ending at Crossbones Graveyard. And along the way, we're going to visit some of the hotspots of history about the Winchester Geese. For example, Southwark Cathedral, which is where the Bishop of Winchester worked. And we'll also be taking a trip onto the Golden Hind, which is docked in Southwark. And along this journey, we're going to hear 3 different narratives about the women and the sex workers who worked in the time of the Winchester Geese. So if you'd like to learn more about this history and find out more about the Winchester Geese and hear their stories, please come along. You can find out all of the information on the Totally Thames website. We'd love to see you there.